And here we go. So they're going to get the instructions from the king, instructing them to get that ball of light and restore peace to the land. And afterwards, they're going to open these 3 chests, and we'll find out what kind of fun items they get here. Starting in the first chest, they get some big money. Second chest, they are going to get the
blank
magic key. So with that second key in the back there, they're going to be able to go ahead and start a gold grind, a key grind real fast, grab their 6 keys, and be able to check out both the treasury and the basement if they choose.
Yep, starting gold. Normally you'd probably want to use it for hand axe, but in this case it's definitely for keys.
Absolutely, and if they do remember to restore themselves back into the throne room, they will be able to set up a glitch on the second 2 chests, and we'll kind of explain that in a moment if we see that happen here, as we do on SassageLink's side. So we got Jackimus over there filling up his keys. He's going to go ahead and check the Tantagal basement first and see what we have downstairs. And SassageLink's just behind him filling up his keys now after a quick save.
Swamp South, by the look of it.
That is correct. We got Swamp South there. He is going to go ahead and nope out of there and go back and check that treasury, see what we got there first.
1 dragon scale. 1 torch. Another fairy water that looks like a torch. And a bamboo pole, everybody's favorite, which is herbs.
So, not quite a really rememberable treasury for sure, especially that fairy water could come in handy on maybe a scorpion to get them out of the gate quickly, but with that 19 strength isn't quite necessary as it might be in other seeds.
Unfortunately, no gold grind.
Yeah, no gold grind. They do have 1 outside possibility left with that south swamp in the basement. If it happens to backdoor into Garenham, they could get to those 3 chests in the back, but that is the only opportunity we have left for a gold grind.
And it looks like we won't need return in this seed.
No, definitely not. We have the Dragon Lord kind of showing King Lork that ball of light right in his face, right in his own side yard there.
Oof, Armor Knights with Hurt More, first enemy for Sassage.
Yep, that's going to make Swamp a little tricky unless we get that outside spell. Do remember that this same enemy zone will be in the top of the mountain as well, so that could be a little tricky for our runners after they find the mountain cave. And our run of Sharlock enemies continues as Jackimus kind of pushes the exploration a little bit, but gets sent home packing by the Blue Dragon.
Oof, magicians with heal, but 19 strength could probably take it out, and decides to use fairy water instead.
He said, not going to mess with it. We're just going to take the shortcut and get this level 2, and we have 2 power, 1 agility, 5 hit points, and 4 magic, and we get the spell of Sleep and Stop Spell.
Oh, hello, there's a town right there.
There sure is. Right into the swamp. He's heading to that town, and it's Cantlin. So that's the shopping mall of Alfgard. Not much gold at this current time, but he'll go ahead and take a look at what's available and see if he wants to come back in a fit.
Really unfortunate that there's no gold right now. It would have been so much easier.
Absolutely, that would definitely expedite things very quickly, and it's extremely convenient to get there. But as soon as I feel as soon as they have a little bit of HP and maybe the heal spell or stock up on herbs, we might be getting a Cords check here soon, since they do have the keys.
And Sassage gets level 3 and actually learns outside, so we'll be going through the swamp cave pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, some good valuable enemies here. He has decided to go ahead and sit down and grind, just get some levels, get some stats, which I think is pretty good play so far from watching runners throughout the tournament.
Yeah, but an early grind seems to be the thing, especially when you have a swamp you can't get through.
Has a minimal stats level there at 3, 1, 0, and 4, but does learn the spell of Heal More, so with their 14 MP, they will be able to do a whole 1 Heal More.
Woo, 1.
But it does look like Jackimus has gotten into the grind as well and is going to start trying to get his levels going here. And SassageLink's going to go ahead and continue on up. Needs to get to 82 to get to level 5.
Yeah, there's magicians around, there's scorpions. They're the ideal monsters you want to be killing now. You have the strength to take them out. Go for it right away.
Definitely agreed, but we do see Jackimus kind of poking his head back out there, but does come across a scorpion that will get him his level 3. And that, yeah, that's going to stop a little short. He has found our fun police and has been sent home packing.
Yeah, maybe outside is a good thing. We can try a different area rather than north through the swamp, because that's the only way we really have to go from the castle. So Swamp Cave is looking pretty good all of a sudden.
Absolutely agreed, and yeah, he's found 2 nasty enemies out there on the overworld so far with that red dragon and the blue dragon previously, so we're going to see what happens once we get outside through here and maybe still luck into that back end of Garenham. And SassageLink did try to take on the wolf, but just a little bit too much still at this level, especially with that low defense, and it sent him home just 9 points shy of the next level.
No Garenham on the other side, unfortunately, but we do have a metal scorpion. That's a good bit of experience right now. Oh, no.
Except when they exact hurt Moria for your 39, man. And he had a max fairy water, so he had a decent chance at one-shotting it there.
Yep, so ideally I think right now is just stick down to this little area under Sherlock and try to get through the wolves and scorpions, stuff like that.
And as you see, SassageLink throwing out that sleep spell will definitely help him get through this wolf, which he's not hitting for very much right now, doing about 4 to 7, 4 to 8, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Still a very good strategy. Wolf is pretty vulnerable to sleep.
And as we see level 5 come with 0 strength, 3 agility, 4 hit points, and 1 magic point, and the spell of, I missed, hurt.
Spell of Hurt, which is actually a great benefit to fighting those wolves. It'll work pretty well.
Absolutely. We're going to definitely see the levels start climbing a little quicker as he gets another wolf, which is a fantastic enemy, and throws down those hurts and expedites these kills. Now he's starting to get a little bit of gold in there, so if he happens to get over the Cantlin with a pocket full of gold, maybe 300 and change, he might be able to find him a chainmail or something to give him a little bit more defense, and actually has just now hit level 6 with 3 more power, 4 response, 3 hit points, and 7 magic with no spells.
I don't think Sassage has actually seen... He hasn't. Walks right past Cantlin. Oh, and a werewolf just above. Oh, no.
So that zone changes very quickly as you get to the top in the Charlotte, and you are correct. He keeps sticking to that one swamp tile edge right next to Sherlock and is just missing Cantlin off screen.
We have another town here on Jackimus' side. I think that's through Swamp Cave. I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, I didn't see if he happened to go back down and out, but the Rogue Scorpion is going to block him just shy of finding out what lovely town we have. But we do look like we have SassageLink going to go ahead and take his chance on the outside and see what he can find on the second continent.
Just goes to show, too, you should always explore a swamp. Sometimes it's hard with the amount of hit points you have, but you never know when something is in it. And on the other side of Swamp Cave, we have Rimuldar.
Yeah, it goes just a slight bit different direction than Jackimus had done, and does come across Rimuldar. Normally a little bit exciting this early in the race, but since we did have a key start, not quite as necessary, but he will go ahead and spend 2 of those keys and find out what's in the back here.
Did not buy the bamboo pole. I am disappointed. Yeah,
that seems to be a very popular item here this year during the tournament. That nice bamboo pole for 2 additional attack power, but he does get that very expensive herb and is going to go ahead and top off some keys since he spent a few now.
Jack has now found the wolf and is wailing away on it. Hasn't put it to sleep though.
Yeah, a bit interesting. He was trying to damage race it, did use a heal more, but does manage to get it with 1 HP remaining to get his level 5. And Sassage had came across the Druin Lord, which might not be a bad enemy if he has just a little bit more defense or hit points. A few hurts will take it down. But he does see a cave on his screen right now, so we'll see what that is here momentarily.
Jack has an excellent move against the Magistrate. Kind of a waste, but hey.
Looks like we have Grave on Sassage's side while Jackimus is coming across another town. So he's going to spin his torch so we can see that Grave, and there are 3 chests in the top that we might be able to get to here.
That's the same town he missed last time.
It is, yeah. Now I saw the same tile set there, and the Red Dragon is no one's wanting to let him in there. Very dangerous zone around there, so he might want to take a look at maybe trying something else, or we'll see if he pushes them. We do have the Stones of Sunlight, a Cursed Belt in chest 2, and a Fighter's Ring in chest 3. So we do have one of our 3 quest items in order to form that Rainbow Bridge.
3 items needed, of course, are the Stones of Sunlight, Erdrick's Token, and the Staff of Rain, which you get by trading in the Silver Harp.
Yeah, not sure if an alchemy pot's necessary as in Dragon Quest VIII, but somehow that guy takes those items, makes sure you're you, and spits you back a rainbow drop. Sassage has found a coast down there near the start, but finds a skeleton that has stop spell and just hurt, and not a bad enemy at this level. And never mind with that stone man nearby. At least they do have sleep. Never mind the sleep doesn't want to land and is going to send him packing.
Oof.
So Jackimus is kind of heading in that same direction as that town that keeps eluding him. We'll see if he does continue that progress after he picks up his level 6 here.
So both runners on level 6. Jackimus has a little bit of an equipment advantage, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah, fairly even-ish early, both with a little bit different exploration so far, finding a couple different locations, but no advantages so far.
Can he make it this time? Yes, he does, and it's Hoxus.
Well, he's rewarded with knowing where Hawksness is, but absolutely not ready to take on anything in there outside. Maybe an enemy set that's good grind in there, if that happens to be the case.
I mean, maybe a stone man would sleep and hurt, but not really enough MP for that.
Yeah, you'd pretty much have to have all the hurts land and him to stay permanently asleep. But I do like this play by him trying to out-hurt damage the Druin Lord, and he should get it with that one, and does. So that's a very nice 58 experience pickup. So Sassage is going to find out about the Blue Dragons, get sent back home, and Jackimus gets run blocked because he doesn't have enough MP for sleep by the Stone Man, and also gets back home. So we're going to have them both starting back out from Tantasia. We'll see where their paths take us.
That blue slime, it deserved it.
Yeah, the blue slime showed up, and Sassage told him, no, go away.
So now I just saw the town on Sassage's screen, but I don't know if he did or not, because he never went back in.
Yeah, either he saw it very early and I just happened to miss it, or otherwise, yeah, it just had to have been like the edge tile and got lost in the swamp tiles.
Maybe he's looking for level 7 before he goes in.
Yeah, he's very close. Yeah, he's very close, and does seem to have found like a zone 1 enemy here set here. He's got a Drew in there, and just about 50 XP away.
Wow, Jack gets red from the red dragon and runs into an armored knight that back attacks him.
Yeah, that 22 agility red dragon run is always a hoot, and we did learn now the armor knight does have stop spell on top of that hurt more, but seems to maybe only have 25% because he really favors punching and hurt more. And Sassage going to take out this Druid here for level 7. We'll see if this opens up the race at all for him here. And our stats are going to look as follows. We have 3 power, 0 agility, 5 hit points, 3 magic, and no spells. So once again, not much help for the runners here early.
So it looks like we're low on agility in this seed, which is not necessarily bad to start, as long as it builds up before you get in-game ready. But strength is decent for the level, HP is okay, MP is a little on the lower side, but nothing bad.
And another sleep not taking effect on a snowman going to send Jackimus home. But yeah, the stats aren't absolutely terrible here. The issue is there is a lot of Sharlock level enemies around, causing a lot of pain for these runners. But Sassage just found him a nice Spectre here and should be able to take him down barring any special abilities.
Nope, just dodge.
Yeah, tries the physical at the end, probably within a couple of hit points of killing it, and maybe a miss menu, and yep, he dodged and goes packing. Well, the deaths are definitely racking up on Jackimus' side. He's up to 11 already now to Sassage's 6. Sassage kind of exploring to the west here, but does run into a Magic Wyvern that does have stop spells, so that'll be nice here in a bit. The hurt more, not as much though.
Does manage to survive. Can use his heal more to fully heal and try and wander again.
But does immediately run into a blue dragon as well. This exploration is going to be tough, especially on this first continent here. Many very high level enemies surrounding here, and it'll be interesting to see if one of our runners decides to go ahead and sit down and try and grind out a level or two here. That Wolf Zone wouldn't be a bad option, or maybe continue to try going to the other continent.
If it were me right now, I think I'd be trying the other continent. There were some middle scorpions over there, probably something in the same range as well.
Yeah, it can be very difficult to want to sit down, especially early in the race. You're a little antsy, you want to get out there and see things, and the game just doesn't want to let you get out there and see things. But it does look like Sassage is finally going to walk into Cantlin, maybe take a look at the shops and see what might be available.
Jack picks up a small shield and looks like it's going for herbs. Sassage is going to check the bottom shop here.
Yeah, you had the 82 gold there and elected to pass up the leather armor at both shops here, so maybe he's thinking herbs or dragon scale. No, they already have the dragon scale, so yeah, maybe some herbs here.
There is a skeleton in that zone just north of Sharlock, but there's also, you know, blue dragons, werewolves. So not really a great grind.
Yeah, Skeleton seems to be hanging out with some enemy sets that are a little bit above his punching level because, yep, there's the red dragon right next to it, and earlier we found the stone man next to him, so not looking very good for him here, but Sassage does continue through that swamp over there and is going to try and continue his exploration. Yeah, so Sassage did continue to the east, found a dead end, and it kind of loops back around to that same area that we've already seen multiple times here to the north, where we start running into those higher level enemies. So not much of a direction except to go, but north and northwest.
Jackimus is making a play here and checking for coordinates. He'll probably die on his way out. Not that it's far from home. Oh, hoping for close coordinates. Gets 85 north and 3 west.
Yeah, that's not extremely countable unless you're really good at doing a reverse grind and can determine how far from the southern edge you are in the map. But it will be good information for him as we move along here, and once it is viable. Both our runners continuing to have their exploration luck. Every time they get out there, one of those higher level enemies has been fortunate, and Sassage has finally said enough's enough. Going back to these tiles here, we're going to fight the wolves.
I wonder, with those coordinates, I'd almost try to track your way west as you're going north. And once you get so far up, just start checking tiles, if you could manage to keep a straight line.
Yeah, you could also ballpark a single coordinate count. Just count out your north the whole way, ignore the east-west, and then do it in a line once you're up there. It is effective in cases like this where we're not getting GPS for a while and it's pretty far away.
Yeah, but getting up that far could be the problem now.
Absolutely, and both our runners are almost dead on in experience, and Jack will actually have a slight experience lead after he's able to get this wolf.
.600 experience, of course, needed for level 8. Shouldn't be too long getting there.
Yeah, every time Jackimus seems to think he's going to sit down for a grind here, he found that wolf, kills it, walks out. Stone Man says, nope, none shall pass, and back to start we go. But with that wolf, Sassage is now 2 wolves away, and here's another one.
Yep, experience lead bouncing back and forth, and will likely continue to until something big happens.
Exactly. We seem to be really stonewalled. I am kind of surprised neither runner has reattempted to go out to the second continent though, and further explore where the enemies seem to be kind of a little nicer to us. And Jack keeps going back and forth, but now he's moved on to the plains tiles. Not quite the encounter rate there. I'm not sure if he was just having bad luck running into enemies on the hills, or not sure what was there.
You might think it's a different encounter zone, but I don't believe it is.
Nope, and he hit the hill and immediately found that wolf. But right now we have Sassage on his last wolf. More than likely before the level. We'll see if he's able to get him down here and see what level he has. And with that level up, he hits 2 more power, 6 agility, 1 hit point, and 13 more magic, but again, no more spells. So while the MP has started to climb a little bit there, and that's going to definitely be helpful, especially for those heal mores. Not a whole lot to further help our runners out here.
No, I think now you really need to start buying some equipment.
And that's exactly what Sassage is looking to do here. He's going back through the shops. He's going to go ahead and get him a copper sword, add him a 10 attack power to his offense there. With the hurt, I might have been inclined to look for a chainmail though, if there was one available. I don't recall what was in the bottom shop.
I'm not sure either, but I agree that would have been the better play, I believe.
And neither runner has opted to check that locked shop in the middle there, but Sassage is going to go ahead and top off, get him all squared away, and get back out there. Whether he chooses to keep grinding to the 975 needed for level 9, or try and explore again, we'll find out momentarily.
Looks like he's going for Swamp Continent.
Whether it pans out, we'll find out soon, but I do think this is a good play. They are pretty locked right there by the start with the enemy set that's on the first continent here, so this might pan out for him. We'll find out what other enemies he comes across and other places to explore.
And a copper sword for Jack.
Yeah, Jack keeping a little bit of that defense edge with that leather armor and the small shield. Does run across another wolf, going to try and take him down here, but is feeling a little bit of hurt still. Those wolves can still hit pretty hard because of their low agility.
Sassage seems to have wandered in the right direction, came across his Drakey, so nothing bad there. Druid Lord might be possible.
He tried to hit it with the sleep spell, but unfortunately for him, the Druid Lords are very resistant to the sleep. I believe it's a 15 out of 16 resist.
And here there's those metal scorpions. Able to put him to sleep and attack. With the copper sword shouldn't be too bad.
Exactly. Couple swings gets him a quick 31. Looks like he might... Oh, went a little too far north, found our blue dragon friend again, and with that 28 agility, it's going to be very difficult to run, and he is unable to and going to be sent back home.
Still knows there's a good bit of exploration to be had. Maybe this time we'll go through that swamp, or that desert, and try not to go north.
Yeah, we'll see if he opts to go back through swamp, and it does look like he's going to. It looks like Jackimus is also going to maybe give that a shot as well. He's going to top off some keys, what he can with the little gold he has, and head through himself.
Both players now seem to think this is the best play.
And with the direction that Jackimus headed there, I think that will eventually get him over to where we know Rimeldar was. We do have a cave over here on SassageLink's side, which is the staff turning cave for the harp. So we will be back here at some point in the future because this gentleman really wants a harp.
Ooh, Wraith Knights. Oh, able to get away. Jack, however, has not. He's trying to kill it.
Yeah, using that little bit of extra MP here, hoping to be able to out-damage it with the hurts, but it's going to be really close. These things are still hitting very, very hard.
The Axe Knight has come to ask Sassage question and has managed to. Hey, a town!
There's the Rimeldar. So Jack finding his rim, he might get his very expensive herb in the back there. But this Axe Knight just not wanting to let go.
Nope, Sassage gonna fall and have to try again.
So those Sharlock Zone enemies are definitely all over the board. Nothing too scary. Some hurt mores occasionally and such from a couple of them, but to be quite honest, we're just way underpowered for them right now. Once we're a little further along, those will be pretty nice enemies to have, especially the Axe Knights.
Jack going for another Wraith Knight. He's right outside of town, so if he manages to kill it, he can go back in and refill all his MP right away. Good play.
Yeah, he's figured out that he is able to do it. He was able to manage to do it on the last swing. Does have to be careful because they can be a little dodgy, but manages to take him down and have plenty of resource left over. So that might not be a bad grind if he's able to get them consistently.
Yep, one away. Actually, one away from a level I kind of would have stayed in that area, I think.
I agree. Yeah, that would have been a level 9 could be a very big level. We've had some. We're trickling upward in some of the stats, but not quite getting where we need to be. And Jack gonna also find that he has found the staff exchange.
And we have another cave.
I believe this might be where the grave was located when Sassage found it earlier. Not 100%, but it was definitely in a bunch of desert.
It could be. It was nothing special, but the Stones of Sunlight were in the top floor. Yep, we have the grave.
All right, and with that grave find, both of our runners have the exact same exploration, having located every single item that the other has, outside of Sassage not having saw hawks, which is not a big issue at this point. So Jack gets his 3 items, goes ahead and gets that Fighter's Arena equipped. Let's see if he decides he wants to go ahead and dive further, and it does look like he is making that turn to do so. We got just enough stats to make it intriguing to try.
Ooh, some baby breath on the Druid Lord. And here we have level 9. We have 8 power, 13 speed, 3 hit points, 1 magic, and a new spell of Repel.
A little bit of a pickup there, and that agility is definitely going to go a long way with the higher level enemies running around. Not quite running freely from them, but a lot better of a chance there. So he goes ahead and opts to get out of there as he has run low on his stats. And continue his exploration around. And Sassage continuing his grind, trying to get up to level 9 on those wolves. Has a unlucky sleep not land on the wolf and gets sent home. But he's under 100 away, so he's he'll be along there with Jack here in a moment at level 9, and we'll see what his decision is from there.
Yep, the runner's going to have slightly different stats as Jack is on a strength agility build, so we'll get a later agility boost, lower HP. And Sassage is on a strength HP build, so his agility will be a little bit lower in in-game, but his HP will be 10 or so higher.
Absolutely correct. And usually it's around level 9 or 10 that we start to see that difference start to really show up. So we'll see that over the next couple levels, seeing those disparages between levels.
Well, you can actually see right now, Sassage is on level 8 with 54 HP, Jack is on level 9 with 54 HP, and there was an HP boost in the last level.
There sure was. So here in a moment, we'll see just how much of a difference early on it'll be, but looks like we're going to get a top off of his levels. He does go ahead and hit that repel. We're not repelling terribly much, but get rid of those little nuisance enemies and see if he decides he wants to go back to the grave with the top off or continue exploring past. With that swing, that'll get Sassage the level for level 9, and he is going to get a pickup of 8 strength, 11 agility, 3 hit points, and 1 magic point, and grab his repel as well. Jack was heading back down towards the area that we know has the grave, but unfortunately runs into an AK-47 who was not going to let him pass, and he's going to have to start his exploration over. But is opting to go straight back to the swamp.
Sassage is now back in Cantlin with a little over 300 gold, so probably looking for that chainmail. And comes up short unless it's in the last shop up here.
Well, opens that door, elects to buy some expensive key, and would be a little short here, but we'll see what's in this shop here momentarily, and full plate or magic armor.
Yep, however, there was a hand axe in there, so I think that would be the better play right now.
Yeah, we're starting to outgrow that hurt spell for sure. Definitely want to look for that jump in your attack power. And again, Jack gets sent home by another Sharlak enemy. The blue dragons have been out and about for sure, and not finding that he's not getting finding the same luck that he's been finding on the first continent at this point. So it looks like he's going to go back out on the first continent and continue his exploration from here, as Sassage goes to find his coordinates.
Something we're not going to be looking for a long time.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely not going to be getting there anytime soon unless we happen to have just an Axe Knight on Swamp Tile and hurt more at like a level 10 or something.
Well, we've certainly found the bottom of the map. Not much down here so far.
Yeah, I was going to say that. He's getting into that southwest zone where they kept getting sent home packing. Gets a very nice pickup on the Spectre. It's a very good value enemy at this point in the race with the low attack power and not much else, but the Armored Knight is out to play still.
Opts to stop spell the Armored Knight and maybe trying to heal more rather than run?
Looks like he was waiting for that stop spell and or hurt more to be thrown to give him some chances, because he's definitely not going to be able to take two swings from a Armored Knight, and then opts to hit it.
Likely a miss menu, either that or a test to see how much you could actually do. Not enough at this point.
And with the Armored Knight finally wasting all of his magic, and Blue Dragon hitting SassageLink, both our runners are going to go talk to Keen Lork again and set out on their journey.
Sassage goes straight back for the wolves, and Jackimus passes by, looking for some more exploration.
Yeah, I'm really on the fence here. I kind of like the thought of trying to get out there. They were just getting to where they have enough to maybe get out and explore a little bit, but I think enough of the setbacks, it's probably not a bad idea to try and settle down on a zone, although this might not be quite the zone at this point, with everything being pretty poor in experience outside of the wolf.
Oh god, Angel's here. Everybody leave. Welcome, Randomania, 39 of you.
Angel, please avert your eyes. We have used repel at least once in this race. So a quick recap for those random maniacs that have just joined us here. We got a 2-0 matchup between SassageLink 83 and Jackimus. Both of them were able to start with keys. We had double key and money in the treasury. We have come across a few items across the ways, but nothing major. As you can see, Sassage only kitted out with the Copper Sword, Fighter's Ring, and Dragon Scale, and Jackimus the same, and additionally the leather armor and the small shield. Both of them have found the stones, along with the Cursed Belt and the Fighter Ring, in the top 3 of Garenham, but neither has explored further there. And we have several locations located at this point, but a lot of Sharlak level enemies floating around the map, as we see with that Axe Knight over on Jack's side. preventing that further exploration that these runners would like to have.
Jack gets away from that Axe Knight, only to find nothing.
And I always like to look at it as good news. The good news is he's finally seeing the edge of that coast, though, and does not have to come back down here again if he's not so inclined. Unless it happens to be a good middle enemy zone. We just haven't found that zone. We get the Druid Lords, the Droll Magis, but they seem to be interspersed with Stonemen, Blue Dragons, Red Dragons, and the such. And it looks like the Axe Knight was a little upset about the earlier encounter and immediately back attacks and sends Jack packing. And that'll be death number 20 for Jack as he heads back out into the overworld.
Both runners continuing to grind away. Jack doing a little more exploration while he's at it, but not a whole lot. Another few wolves, and they'll be at level 10.
Yeah, for the difference with Sassage sitting down and focusing on this grind and Jack continuing to push that exploration, he's not got much of an XP lead at this time. And Jack does have that nice exploration advantage, although the only official area he has on top of Sassage is Hawksness still, which is off limits.
Yeah, I believe we only got a few steps in there, found a red dragon, and never went back.
Sassage keeps plugging away. Is only 59 experience away, so a wolf and a nice scorpion would get him really close.
Jack exploring another swamp, proper thing to do. And finds a cave on the other side, but a blue dragon guarding it.
I'm blown away. We found another shark-like enemy hiding out in the swamp, preventing our runners from getting places. But it's another location that he is aware of, and based on earlier exploration, I feel that Jack will probably head back there immediately to try and see what's in there.
Indeed, well worth it. It could be Mountain Cave, could be Free Stuff Cave, could be something that'll really get moving. But hey, level 10. 3 power, 6 speed, 5 hit points, 13 magic, and...
Heal.
Ah, yes, heal. Much better in heal more at this state because the HP is not really high.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to actually save some of their resources as they may try to continue their exploration here. Not a terrible level, a little low on the strength, but some double-digit numbers in there, and definitely moving in the right direction finally on some of those other stats.
Yeah, the stats are all pretty good for level 10. Nothing great, but nothing really low either, honestly.
Yeah, just a nice average right now. We'll see if something decides it wants to pop out with one of those giant stat numbers that we've been seeing across the races during the tournament here. But it does look like Sassage is going to go ahead and take him another saunter over to the second continent and see what he can locate.
Of course, make sure to top up on keys.
Yeah, definitely don't want to run out of keys, although both of them do know where Rimalder is, and it is on the other side. So that's a good point I just brought up to myself. Rimalder is on the other side of this swamp cave, which is key hidden by the Tantagel door. So either we have 2 separate continents and there's a key available maybe in that cave that Jack's found and hasn't been able to access, or else we may have a 1 continent seed as well.
Should also mean Brecconary's on the main continent, and we haven't seen that yet. Yeah, Rimler's definitely there on the other side of swamp. So you're right, it's either a single continent or there's a key somewhere in cave, which would likely make a mountain cave or the stones cave on the main continent somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, took a look for some armor, trying to upgrade his nakedness, but has still not come across anything lower than a half plate now at this point. Outside of that, leather armor, for whatever reason, just does not seem appealing to him.
Jack gonna hit level 10 now with this next enemy. Well, not that enemy, but with the next decent enemy. Or that one.
Yeah, he seems to move just north enough to get back into that same zone, and that's the same exact area the Red Dragon sent him home last time from. So he'll be out there again. Maybe he'll try and go a wide berth as a Red Dragon gets Sassage as well on that pathway down towards the grave. So both of our runners will be starting over.
That I did. Should expect that by now.
There we go. That wolf will definitely give him the level here, and he'll get the good news of some modest stat growth and the heal spell.
So both runners pretty much even again. Jack with a little bit of advantage on exploration is about it.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to come down to whoever finds that breakout level first and is able to take advantage of it, or is able to use that exploration advantage and find that Erdrick sword, that armor, something of that nature.
Sassage headed back towards Grave, I believe. Nope, maybe not. I'm gonna try to push it past the Harp Cave.
Yeah, both runners have elected to go south from here each time they've been in the area, so we have not seen to the east past the Staff of Rain Cave here. I thought it was going to be a dead end, but a single tile opens up to a swamp.
Desert.
That too. I saw the swamp over on Jack's side, and they blended together.
I did the same thing earlier.
So Jack finally gets back past that zone almost, but turns a little tight and finds the Star Wyvern there. Maybe if he goes north a couple more steps would get out of that stone there, but gonna try and get back through the swamp. But the blue dragons are waiting.
He's pushing heal more, waiting for a low roll, see if he can get away.
And on our other side, SassageLink has ran into another fun enemy that has decided to not let him go any further and is going to start over his exploration.
Gets away, has one herb, is not going to get him through the swamp, but might get him some exploration.
Well, we know that cave's up here, but yeah, that's the problem. He's gotten to about right here, and then boom, the blue dragon shows back up just to get his sweet revenge at the end. So while our stats continue to grow a little bit at a time with each passing level, our runners continue to face a gauntlet of Sharlock level enemies out on the overworld, both through the swamp cave and on the main continent, and has really hindered a lot of exploration, as you can tell by the 38 combined deaths so far.
Yeah, the Druid Lords and the Wolves are probably the best thing to fight right now, and even killing those, you're still looking at 10 or more to get your next level.
Exactly, and the wolves have the issue of being paired with a bunch of enemies you don't want to see, and the Druid Lords have been tending to be paired with harder enemies. We haven't found that nice sweet spot zone yet of those nice mid-range enemies that would definitely propel these runners up.
Both runners now coming up on the grave again.
Jack electing to try and navigate downstairs in the dark. Can't quite find that door yet. And Slamoo noting that he didn't see us hiding back here on Randomania 3 here, but that's okay. We knocked off the dust. They said DK's got to be hidden a little bit away from the public eye, so we're going to put him on Randomania 3 again, and here we are.
Ooh, I was hoping Jack was going to find something to take him out so he could try to navigate again from the start, but finds a Drakey. However, did find the door.
Yeah, it did find the door, but Sassage keeps finding these Druid Lords as he's going through here, and they're a fantastic enemy. So he's quickly moved up a couple hundred experience here and just hit 1906 as he's getting ever so closer to level 11.
Jack has found the next floor. Sassage has a little bit of an advantage having a torch.
Absolutely. It's not a absolutely terrible cave to do in the dark if you have enough knowledge of it, but it is very obnoxious to do in my opinion. And we have a second cursed belt located.
So we know we had coordinates. Now that either puts Cole or Hoxton's into play.
And even down in the lower zone, Sassage continues to keep coming across Druid Lords. It's a fantastic enemy right now with the enemies we've been seeing throughout this seed so far. He's really came across the nice RNG getting those for sure.
Jack finds his cursed belt in the dark.
Stone Man hiding in the diamond room. One of the very few Sharlock enemies we wouldn't mind seeing since we do have that sleep. In the bottom chest will just be gold. So not necessarily to dive, but at least the runners have that out of the way and crossed off their checklist.
Yep. Right now you start to look for a mountain cave or anything else really. Garenham would be nice as well. We have keys. Sassage just about 100 experience for Alpha level, so we'll probably stick around and try to kill some things.
Yeah, kind of curious what this zone is. He's seen a couple Druid Lords and a Draki so far.
Cursed again.
And there's the rub. Every single enemy seems to want to hang out with a big brother here, and the Star Wyvern seems to be the big brother here. Along with the hurt Axe Knight. Not sure I've seen much hurt from them, so that's got to be a low level as well.
Yeah, nice for later on, but really once you get hurt more, you rarely see an attack out of them anyway.
Seems to get out of that zone, immediately finds a blue dragon, is able to get away and find a town. Let's see what we got here.
Has to be a good town, it's Cole!
Very good chance we have something on the ground here. We know we have coordinates, but either Hawks or Cole have to have something, and he talks to the forest, but it doesn't answer. But under there, we have the Erdrick's token. While not super exciting, the racers are able to get a second key item off the list and narrow down what they have left to find.
Goes for the hand axe over the half plate. Oh, still has enough for a half plate as well. Nope, large shield instead.
Man, that's a tough decision. With how strong the enemies are out there and how weak our defense has been, I almost might have saved and tried to get both the half plate and shield. Although, to be fair, we might not live long enough to do that.
Gonna try some exploration to the north and finds an X-Night.
Yeah, completed that exploration south and east there. Doesn't look like there's anything further, so going to head back up here past Grave and head to the east, northeast, and try and continue back that way where we've been sent home a couple times now.
Jack now finds coal. We'll get his token shortly.
So every little advantage it seems that one racer gets over the other is being quickly closed. So we're gonna have a close race here, folks. Barring something major happening from an RNG perspective, we're gonna have a very, very close race.
Now I've seen this section of map before on Jack's side, the one Sassage is on now. So no real extra exploration.
Yeah, it was right after here, Jack had tried to go north and had found that same exact red dragon that sent him packing. So just north of there, I don't think either racer has been able to get to yet. But not sure what's there, but we'll have to wait and see. We do know Jack is still aware of Hawks where Sassage is not, and does know there is a cave on the first continent that is just being pummeled with Sharlock tier enemies in the giant swamp. So maybe he'll try and give that a shot next time he's back.
Sassage now staying in that zone with the wolf, trying to get that extra level. Only a couple kills away. He's gonna have to nickel and dime for it, but it seems like he's getting there, and right on the money. 1 power, 22 agility, 12 hit points, 4 magic, no spell.
Well, on the 12 we go. We do see our first stat of the night though show up in orange there, and that's the agility over on SassageLink's side. So very possible the one advantage that the strength agility over the strength HP may provide might not come into play if that agility continues to grow.
And Jack should have that level with the Strewn Lore kill. Nope, sorry, another 100 experience, my mistake.
Looking at Sassage, he got to that southeast area that Jack cleared a little bit ago, so that little bit of exploration Jack has is definitely closing quickly. He's starting to get those same items knocked off and crossed off, but that 67 agility is looking nice. He's able to get away from some of these enemies now, successfully ran from a couple Axe Knights in a row there, so definitely going to open up the exploration a little bit, barring red dragons, which we know are all over the place.
Jack retreading on some low ground here. And I believe that's Hoxness that Sassage just found.
Right you are, and manages to run away immediately from the Axe Knight, or Armored Knight, but opts not to see. I'm kind of surprised. We're right, oh, there he goes right back in. We're really close to being able to take out some of these enemies, especially if it does, like you mentioned earlier, happen to turn out to be a Stone Man. We have that sleep spell, we have Heal More and some MP.
Yeah, without Heal More, I'd probably go away, but having it, it's worth a try anyway.
Absolutely, and at worst, you have the knowledge, and it is not very far away from start, so it isn't a big loss if it is something more major like a Red Dragon or a Armored Knight that sends you packing. I will say, regardless of what's on this spike, from an enemy perspective, I don't mind the zone. You have the Wyverns and the Star Wyverns, both very manageable enemies right now. You can sleep run from the Stonemen.
Yeah, but we also saw the Red Dragon.
That's fair. I forgot about the early Red Dragon that made Jack a little sad when he walked in.
Speaking of dragons, a blue one here.
With that axe and 73 attack power, hit him for a trivial amount there, and then got hit for 38. So, going to be a tough fight. He's gonna he could probably get lucky and manage it, but has decided to opt out.
Yeah, another level or two maybe. Come back. Meanwhile, with that agility now, he's able to run from the raids better and might get a bit more exploration north of here. So I don't think we've seen much up there.
Exactly, and Jack's level 11 did get him up to 72 agility with that strength agility build, so his stats in the green.
Very nice HP. Both runners in the exact same spot on the map. I believe that's where Jack had to head to get to that cave that we couldn't get to before. So Sassage may find it as well.
Yeah, it breaks off in two directions here, but if you go to the east-northeast, it definitely leads towards that cave. We'll see if Jack's able to have a little more success with that 72 agility as he heads that direction. Actually takes a left.
Oh, a town and a cave.
Several tries going to that northeast and immediately finds a town and a cave to the west as soon as he turns.
Yay, Brackenary. And run blocked. Or walk block, I guess.
It's the hardest enemy in the game. It's the NPC.
Sassage gonna find Brackenary. Instead of heading to the item shop, head straight for the weapon shop.
Finally gets that chainmail he was looking for several towns, but with that much gold, I think he might have been actually hoping for that half plate finally.
And Jack is blocked yet again.
This NPC is definitely messing with Jack very badly. That was nearly 30 seconds of delay between going in and out.
Hey, we have a mountain cave.
Mountain Cave has been elusive, but does have 5 chests in store. We did know the Armored Knights are in here, but our runners are slightly better suited to be able to deal with this situation now.
Magic Wyverns are nice, but they do have stop spell. A flute.
Heading up to those 2 top chests here, and finds the Poltergeist.
Ooh, Archvale will be disappointed.
Gets the wings. Everyone's favorite item this late in the game. Gets those wings, although he doesn't have return, and a complimentary herb to the side. 2 to go.
There's our key. Knowing that Rimildar was on the second continent, there's our key that we could find.
And with that, and the final chest was an herb, and without that initial key in the Tantal throne room, this would have been a very, very difficult key to get. These runners would have been locked on Continent 1 for a very long time, I feel.
So knowing what we've seen now, the only chests we have left are the Stones of Sunlight Cave and and Garenham, so that's 4 chests and a search spot. And one of those has to have the harp.
Yeah, getting kind of low on the options here. Both Erdrick's pieces out there, outstanding along with that harp. Death Necklace is also in play as a possible item in one of those search spots or chests. So getting a little more likely that we're going to have at least one item in the Charlock area.
This area seems much better for grinding, though. I'm seeing a lot more mid-game enemies. The Spectre here is nice. Green Dragon is a possibility.
Yeah, Green Dragons tend to be a little spongy. It would be a little nicer with slightly more defense, but still, you know, he got 3 swings off before he had to do a heal more there.
Gonna burn a lot of MP, but then again, I mean, Brecconary's just up there.
And it's amazing how just tight this race is. Both are runners in the 2600s on experience until that Green Dragon does go down for a nice 135 experience there. All locations are exactly the same. All items are nearly the same outside of the chainmail versus leather armor. So we're still extremely tight and very, very, very close on this race.
Both players deciding it's good to go after the greens now.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to upgrade your grind from finding an occasional wolf there to finding an enemy that gives you triple digits on experience for sure.
I think the play now is once you'd explore that southern peninsula, go back up, grab your heal in Brecconary, and start going north.
Yep, Jack out of MP, but is going to herb up a little bit here and try and get out of these hills and maybe do the same here momentarily. Both runners crossing paths as one finishes healing up in the town and the other's coming in to complete that same task and continue that Northwood exploration here.
The Blue Dragon's not near as mean now with high agility. Much better to run for them.
Yeah, all the scary things we had for nearly an hour are definitely looking a lot easier to deal with, and looks like Jack is going to go ahead and upgrade that armor. So he has the chainmail as well, and again, our runners are even outside of that slightly different build stack.
Jack does still have that advantage of knowing the cave just to the east. Still hasn't been able to get to it. It doesn't seem in a rush to get to it.
Yeah, with Mountain off the table, definitely not as big of an item, but you know, we still do need to know where the jerk is. We definitely need that freebie cave. Could absolutely have something critical in there, and if that is the case, and it's been taunting him for that long, when he finally gets there, that'll be a real gut punch.
I don't believe Jack does. I think he walked into Hoxton's, got ambushed by a red dragon, and never went back.
Yeah, made it a whole 2 steps, I believe, and has walked past it a couple times, but hasn't opted to revisit. We're definitely on the verge of a level that you would definitely want to check that, even sans hurt more. And Sassage is now heading up that exact path that leads to that cave. You can just see it at the top of the screen.
This Wyvern kill will hit level 12. And Jack's going for a werewolf, and we'll hit it as well.
And level 12 for Sass is going to bring in 9 power, 5 agility, 7 hit points, and 1 magic point. No new spells, so that hurt more in return remain elusive. But getting through that swamp and heading into that cave.
It's the jerk.
Yeah, not what you're hoping for, but something you definitely need to know about. And the rest of that area up there is a dead end. So unless I'm missing something here, I believe everything else has to be on the second continent.
I believe so. There was a little bit of desert east of the castle, but I don't think there was anything over there. Not quite sure.
Yeah, I think it was Sassage or Jack. I don't remember which one. One went over that way early, and it dead ended fairly quickly, if I remember.
I was about to say we haven't seen Sherlock, but we saw Sherlock first steps outside the castle.
Yeah. Definitely don't need to worry about that return. Although I always panic when I don't have it, so I like to have it.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having all the items, all the stats, and having to wander and look for Sherlock.
Absolutely been there several times on that as well. And he's going to light up in here. And I was just getting ready to say, I'll be curious if he's going to check the our tile here and see if it's something he can get the GPS from.
Ah, the metal slime.
Well, if he can pull this off, he's got 2 hits on it. It'll be worth the full 255, and I think that's the 3rd hit. So he gets a big 255 gain here. Not as exciting as early on, but 255 at any point in the race is great.
For sure, considering the other 2 enemies it comes from, the Red Dragon and the Golem, are much harder to kill. Do I spy an Axe Knight on the spike tile in Swamp?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he had gotten to the tile or not. The Axe Knight with the little heal, so not a terrible thing, especially if that stop spell does land like it just did.
The way he's pushing through it, I would assume it is the spike. Most definitely is.
Fantastic grind and just downstairs. That's absolutely where our runners will shore up once they finish all their homework here.
And we have a half-plate pickup for Sassage.
Yeah, it's a nice bump in defense for sure. Makes some of those heavier enemies a little easier to take.
Both runners back in the castle on different pretense.
Exactly. I think Sassage is going to top off here and more than likely head on over to that second continent as Jack is heading back that way as well after getting the GPS. No, Sassage just topping off and heading back out. Maybe he hasn't completed everything on his exploration for the first continent yet.
Jack immediately uses the GPS and finds out he is not far at all. Needs to go very few steps to get to the coordinates.
Yeah, I was gonna say just go a little bit west here, and he's there. Yeah, that's a fantastic pickup of the GPS because it is right there.
Ah, the sword just outside Rimmeldar.
Very, very nice. So that's a nice pickup. That's going to be a very nice advantage on attack power, getting him into the hundreds now at 107. Decides to try and test out that stick immediately, but the Stone Man has nothing to do with that and sends him packing again.
Sassage coming back now for the blue dragon.
Yeah, at this point, we definitely have a very strong possibility of something still being here, although we've only seen the 2 cursed belts. And question there, swamping the cords, and that is sword on the cords, and that is absolutely correct. Decent chance that we might have a harp here in Hawksness, though. We'll find out here probably in a moment. And still a little bit of divergence now. We have Jack finding out the overworld coordinates item, getting that sword. We have Sassage trying to find out what, if anything, is located here in Hawks. And other than that, that experience and everything else is staying in the line.
Yep, just 18 experience away or apart right now.
And Jackimus gets the excellent move on the red dragon to take him down for that nice 255. And we do find that silver harp over there in the Hawksness. So now each of them has one item up on the other, and we'll see which one can figure out the other first, as Jack goes to try and hopefully find out what that cave is finally.
So the town of Garenham is still at large. I believe it's going to have the Stones of Sunlight Cave in the basement. So there are 4 chests over there that could possibly have the armor or the death necklace. And other than that, you really don't need anything else. You can just dive Sherlock when your stats are ready.
Have we seen the tablet cave?
Stat corrected.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% on that one or not. That can very well be a very unrememberable cave, so I wasn't 100% on that one. So, all right, so we got five checks left in the overworld then.
So 5 checks in the overworld, 7 in Sherlock. A little bit of a higher chance that the armor is going to be in Sherlock, but you really don't like to dive it unless you've checked everything else.
Yeah, I'm almost more willing to try and take the gamble on Sherlock if it's the sword versus the armor, but unless I'm really struggling to find something where something's hard to get to, it's going to take a lot for me not to complete my overworld checks before I do that. I believe Sassage was in the swamp cave, maybe trying to go check that spike, and got sent packing home by a armored knight there. Wasn't sure if he was trying to fight it or not. I was looking at the other screen, but he's going to go straight back down because that's absolutely the move he needs to make at this point to secure his sword and move on with his items.
Jack getting that sweet, sweet gold from the gold man. Game Boy would be proud. But his brother, the Stone Man, decides, nope, that's enough of that.
Yeah, out of resources, out of luck there, gets sent home by the Stone Man, but is very, very close to edging over that level 13 mark now. Sassage opts to just go ahead and go straight through the swamp cave at this point, but does go ahead and exchange his heart for a staff and has found the freebie cave just east of there.
Aha, a key.
It's that fantastic key pickup. I know we were all very, very concerned where those other key chests were, and he's kind of weighing his options at this point, it looks. Axe Knight over there keeps casting the baby heal, but Jack is just slightly on the border edge of out damage racing it, so opts to not throw a stop spell out there. This could go for a bit.
Yep, Angel, we still have the Tablet Cave and Garenham left to find. So not quite, but getting more and more likely.
Yep, and when you find one, you found the other, because that's where the tablet's going to be at, is in the back of Garenham. So it's remained elusive, and they've nearly explored everything, so they've got to be able to be honing in on that soon.
Speaking of...
Exactly, here we go. So we're going to get those final 4 overworld checks handled here. Debating if you wanted to go look at the shop, we're going to top off and head in.
Yeah, at this point, knows the sword is out there somewhere, knows the armor is out there somewhere. Really don't want to upgrade from what you've got. Unless you find out you have to dive Sherlock for both.
Yeah, I'd expect Sassage to go ahead and complete these 4 checks, and more than likely immediately head back to the swamp to try and pick up that GPS, because he knows about the coordinates, just has not taken a chance at it yet.
5 power, 2 speed, 7 hit points, 21 magic, and a new spell on level 13, which is Repel. No, Return.
Return. I'm feeling more comfortable. That return makes me feel nice and cozy inside. That MP jumping up into the orange there, hitting 78, just shy of that 10 heal more mark. Definitely a little bit to go, but all the stats are getting in a line here. We're not terribly far off.
So we have our 3 chests in the back of Garenham as soon as the NPCs move. The Death Necklace. The wings. And the gold. 1 left.
Yeah, dwindling down hard here on him. He does not know what's on the overworld yet, so maybe he's holding out some hope for that as well. But yeah, opting to keep that Death Necklace, even though they only have 81 HP right now. Maybe holding out that it'll get that massive increase on the HP if nothing else comes along.
Oof, Armory Sherlock.
All right, folks, you know what that means. So go ahead and start getting your guesses out there. Will we have it in the pyramid? Will we have it at the judges' table? Will more than likely be a little bit before we find out. But unless the stats really take off, I think we might see a double dive, 1 for armor, 1 for the win.
Jack about to get his gold, and the bad news.
Yep, Jack will be fully completed with his exploration. Outside of what are we missing for him? Where was the harp?
Hawksness.
Oh, duh, that's it. Yeah, missing the Hawksness tile, so he'll get that one completed up. So both our runners are crossing their T's and dotting their I's at this moment and finding out the news. Although through these last few minutes, Jack has been able to build a small advantage in the experience department, up about 700.
Going for a mini gold grind here?
Was there a full plate in the for sale here? Because that would be a fantastic pickup, knowing that armor is not available.
Quite possible. Of course, going for that extra, yep, full plate. Going for the Death Necklace chest, knowing that there's a little bit extra gold in there.
Yeah, knowing his only check left is Hawksness, and it has to be the harp. Full plate is absolutely fantastic to help get you down to get that armor when you do decide to do that dive. And if somehow those stats come along to where it kind of gets to one of those borderline single dives, that'll give him an advantage as well.
Sassage not able to capitalize on the blue dragon. Will be sent home. 363 away from the next level.
I'm kind of surprised that Sassage hasn't decided to go back into the swamp to try and get that GPS and get those cords handled, because it's legitimately the only thing left. But maybe that is what he's doing now. Finally, heads back in. I don't believe Sassage has checked the spike here yet, so he'll get the good news about the Axe Knight. Even if it does have the baby heal, it's still a very viable grind enemy and very, very nicely located just downstairs. And as Angel points out, seems like he's on auto. And it's very easy to get on auto when you keep repeatedly getting sent back over and over and over, forgetting exactly what you're wanting to do next, and then going, oh shoot, and then finally remembering.
Jack is really taking advantage of Verdrick's sword here. Trying to take a lot of big enemies. Still has to go find his harp and Rainbow Drop, but he's taking advantage of every step.
Getting a lot of revenge on some enemies that gave them a lot of heartache early on. It's got to feel good.
Yep, and with the time it's going to take Sassage to do the Princess Rescue, he may have a full level of experience over Sassage within a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure where Jack is going here. I don't believe this is the way to Hawksness, and we've found everything else, and I know he's found everything else, so not 100% what he's doing here, but yeah, with the enemy set that we've seen from the Sherlock, no real anything that's scary. It's gonna take a lot for Sassage to be able to get back into this race. Never mind, that's right, he had not seen the freebie cave yet, so he will finally complete all of his exploration at this point.
But that must.
So Link's stealing him a princess, gonna take her back upstairs to see Papa King Lork, and opts to run from the Axe Knight. Kind of surprised at that. I would think that extra 130 as you're going back through would be worth it.
Also, knowing that these armored knights are in here, I think outside would have been the proper play. Or at least my play.
Yeah, outside could have expedited a little bit, but he would have to go back down through since it's out the south, and he does not have the return spell yet. Not sure if he has a wings on him or not.
Fair enough.
So Jack's going to stand side by side with the old man in the freebie cave, contemplate some thoughts here, some decisions, and try and decide which way he's going to go now, as he's very, very closely edging to the level 14.
I wonder, has Jack forgotten that he didn't go through Hawksness?
Oh, that if that's the case, that's terrible. I have absolutely been there before, where you've crossed something off as you've done it and you didn't do it, and it can lead to a lot, because he might have to re-explore a lot of places. But maybe he'll be able to think through the seed and remember the terribleness that was the red dragon that sent him home right away.
Actually, just looking at the race room, apparently he's taking a break.
Haha, even better. Unbeknownst to him, it's not a terrible time to take a break. He's built enough of an advantage where it shouldn't be too impactful, as long as he's able to take care of business pretty quickly here. But we do see Sassage picking up his GPS, and if he knows that he does have to go through the swamp, he'll be very quickly getting his sword and be a rainbow drop away from grind and go.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty fun seed. It was a slow start, a lot of grinding to the start, but once it picked up, it's been pretty good and fairly even, actually.
Yeah, it's been really good. There's been a lot of great exploration attempts, a lot of nasty enemy sets surrounding the castle, surrounding the exit to the swamp cave as well. So it really inhibited a really good chance at exploring, but both runners opted to take slightly different approaches. But both of those approaches led to exactly the same place until maybe the most recent 10 to 15 minutes, when a slight XP lead has been able to be built on the side of Jackimus.
And Jack is back in action again.
All right, so this should get pretty exciting. We're going to have Jack head up here. Not sure exactly where he's located currently, but he's definitely going to be heading towards that Hawk's Nest and or Rainbow Drop afterwards and get those 2 items handled, and more than likely heading downstairs to beat up some Max Knights, and that's where we probably will be seeing Sassage head here momentarily as well.
Yep, and both runners have to make it back to the Rainbow Drop Cave as well and get their stuff.
I was waiting to see which direction Sassage goes here. Is going to head and take the turn and start grinding here. I think it's a smart play. You're already going past him anyway. You can at least go through him until a death warp and decide if you want to come back down. He knows where to do the exchange. We obviously know where Sharlock is. We passed it 5,000 times now, so not much left to do here, but smack away at some Max Knights.
Both runners about 100 experience away from another level.
Yeah, and it looks like Jack is just around the corner from where Hawk's Nest is. It's just up and over around this lake here, so he'll very quickly get this done. Can't 100% remember how far the walk is. I think it's back on Swamp or Second Continent for the staff turn-in. So, but it was just south there, yeah, near the grave. So he's got a little bit of extra homework to do. We'll see if Sassage can take advantage of that in the minor break and maybe catch up a little bit on this XP.
Jacko missed a slime away, but finds a blue dragon instead.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big issues with this at this point is any grind advantage you get is kind of negated by the fact that there's so many good enemies on the overworld at this level at least. And he's going to pick up 4 strength, 1 agility, 19 hit points, and a menial amount of magic. I missed it. I think it was 6.
It was indeed 6.
All right. Into Hawk's Nest here. Gotta take care of the Stone Man, but gonna head over to his Blue Dragon and pick up his harp here in a moment.
It's pretty much 1 level exactly in between our 2 runners. Sassage just have a slight equipment lead on, well, though a slight key item lead, and Jack has a slight equipment lead with a better armor.
Yeah, Jack has the slightly better defensive full plate versus the half plate, and is going to be slightly higher defense due to that agility build. So the lack of an HP build just went out the window with that last level up, getting to 101. So that advantage option has gone away as well. So it's going to be interesting. There's still, Sharlock involved. 1 failed dive has got this completely back together and into a full race. So we'll have to wait and see what Sharlock has. If a runner's able to maybe complete a single dive and win versus a double dive, all of those factors can still come into play.
Yep, definitely going to burn through a good few heal mores trying to get past that first floor of Sharlock. But depending on how the enemies are, and with a decent agility on both runners, maybe able to get down there, maybe get past that first floor with herbs and get down without burning any EMP. Hard to say.
Yeah, it'll all be dependent on just what these next levels bring as they ever so closely get near to that full go mode. If we have something really jump out, high HP, a big jump in MP where we can blow a heal more or 2, it's almost a no-brainer. But other than that, it's not a huge deal if they do have to do a second dive, though, with just how close Sharlock is to Tantasia. They can just immediately death warp, don't even have to worry about outside and going back to a town and topping off.
Yep, death warp would have been much faster there.
Sassage ran out of his MP there. Goes ahead and takes the Death Warp. Is going to go ahead and head out and grab his rainbow, it looks like, before he continues the grind, or is going to check in Cantlin first.
Looking to top up on herbs.
Might as well go ahead and get those last little ancillary things. Getting a torch as well, so he's going to be able to see when he goes down, get a backup in case you have to come back up. I like the play, especially if you're not 100% sure on how to dark navigate. Real nice to have all those ducks in a row.
Actually, wouldn't hurt to use a torch and go down early, try to get that that armor, and then come back and grind maybe.
We're really close to where that is definitely feasible. We're into that mid 100s on attack power, 110s, 112 there. 9 heal mores. If you take some key fights on the way down and hope to not run into too many of the red enemies, you can make it worth your while.
Sassage headed back for the grind by the looks of it. And Jack as well.
Yeah, kind of curious. Sassage took the moment. Oh, he needs the torch to be able to navigate in here because they still do not have the radiant spell. And it can be a little difficult to navigate to the tile from the south. I usually bonk several times or just opt to go all the way up and back around and down.
Yeah, all the way up is my preferred method if I'm dark. Of course, I still get lost.
Yeah, always hit that little side inlet that's just a dead end or something of that nature. So we got Jack over there into the second continent. Definitely going to go do his exchange for the staff here. Probably go ahead and complete his homework while he's out and about and then get back into that grind. We'll see if Sassage can take advantage here. And Angel calling out, it's just a count to 17. For me, it's 16, so it's all dependent on how fast you count. It's a 16 count for me, but the problem is I lose the count as soon as an enemy encounter occurs, which is about 80% of the time, and I'm lost. I have no clue how many I counted at that point, and bonk, bonk, bonk.
Well, that's alright, because I didn't know what the count was, and I never bothered to look into it. I just guessed.
Yeah, I don't know how many actual tiles it is. It's just how fast I counted in my head as I'm going north. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how I count all the tiles or all the caves in this game. Just really fast count in my head. Got most of them down. But anyway, on the race here, we got Sass is about to pick up his level 14, and here it goes. And he's going to get 4 power, 1 agility, 21 hit points, and 6 magic. So definitely getting close. Just needs a little bit more strength, and we'll see what he decides.
Jack also extremely close to 15, 1 or 2 more enemies. So keeping that full level of experience lead here.
Sassage maybe going to go make a play for the armor because he immediately, while he still had resources, hits outside, returns, and is going to go top off inside. And probably head out onto the overworld. Does still have to go get his rainbow drop.
Yep, grind on the way down now to get the armor and go after maybe?
It's a very real possibility that 15 could be go, or we could get an absolute dud on the stats. 15 did come with the hurt more though, but only 3 more attack.
Still need at least 1 more level for the strength or the attack power. Everything else looking good. With Jack having 115 HP on level 15, which means when Sassage gets there, it's most likely going to be at least close to Death Necklace territory. Maybe not right there, but very close.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those borderlines for sure. Probably that 125 area based on where he was. He was up 8 on the last level, so going to be very, very close. And yeah, that's tough. You got 2 more heal mores on that level as well. Jack with some fantastic agility. 75's nothing to be sad about, though, with some of the agilities I've seen in other races recently.
Yeah, Jack now, once he gets Erdrick's armor, should be pretty much set for defense. Sassage will be a little bit behind, not having Silver Shield, but nothing really to worry about. Just have to make sure you heal more at probably 50 on the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, just double check what those defense points are at that go level and make sure that you're not putting yourself in danger. While it's pretty rare that they'll hit that max physical, every time you take that gamble, it seems like that's when they want to do it. So Jack uses his rainbow drop and has been the first player to enter Charlock here, and we'll see what kind of enemy encounters we get along the way as Sassage is still making his way north to the rainbow drop exchange. Opting to fight the Stone Man here on the way down. Going to go ahead and already get a heal more out of the way. Stone Man, definitely not one of my favorite enemies to do.
No, in a pain shift, there's no extra or no better grind. Sure, take them. They're still better than a golem in most cases.
And speaking of the golem, that's the second enemy that we'll find here in Charlock. So he's got Stoneman and Golem on the top floor. But yeah, I think I'd be saving my throws a hurt more in air because that just showed up and gets lucky and does not die after a 4 HP remaining.
Not that he'd be too far back if he did die. He'd be just right outside Charlock.
We're down to the frames at this point. That's at least a 30-second loss. But yeah, I'm not quite sure I agree with this. I get that you want to keep trying to grind here, but he's going through a lot of resources already. Down 29 MP and not even through the first 4 yet.
Yeah, you're burning probably 2 heal mores at minimum, if not 3, on these barrier tiles.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I look for those lower level enemies. We're not quite damage breaking anything yet, but you know we can knock through some squishy green dragons. Maybe take on the Axe Knight, who's gonna waste some turns on heal and the such. But SassageLink doing a surprising thing and just going into grind in Charlock. Not sure he doesn't quite agree with the Axe Knight grind, or maybe just wants to get this level 15 before he decides to dive.
So we have a Stone Man, a Golem, a Blue Dragon, and a Red Dragon so far on the top floor.
And Jack already over half his MP gone and still dealing with a Blue Dragon, but does get through it. Edging a little closer, just over 1,000 away from the next level. But yeah, if he's gonna try and make this dive, he's gonna have to start running from almost everything at this point to maintain enough MP.
Blue Dragon going to cause him to heal more early. Which means he'll probably burn another one on this fight as well. Sassage getting much further for his heal mores.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sassage getting the major hero walk there and has just walked through like 2/3 of the first floor without an encounter. And Jack going to go ahead and opt out and get a refill on that MP. Remembering that since he was on the first floor of Charlock, he had to use the return spell and not the outside. That's always such a minor time loss, but that's always something that kind of throws off some runners sometimes.
Yep, top and bottom floors require return. Basically anything light.
Exactly, and Sassage opting to go ahead and use a Fairy Flute on this Golem. We'll see if he wants to go ahead and try and take it down. It is a nice 255. A little bit of a slow fight, but if it stays asleep, you know, that's a fantastic enemy to get out of the way and minimal damage to your resources.
And kept him asleep the whole time. Very nice. Oh, another one.
We'll see if this one wants to play ball as well as the last one. Jack gets some good news about the Red Dragons as soon as he re-enters into Charlotte. He's going to go ahead and opt to take that battle as well. So it looks like Jack might end up getting level 16 before we even get out of this first zone. Maybe even before we get into the first basement. Depending on what that level is, we'll have to wait and see. If it's ghost stats, what do you think he's going to do? Will he opt to go out and try and make it a single dive, or just start running from everything, get the armor outside, and top off and come back through?
Currently 100 MP. If this is go level, and you get maybe even one more heal more, the single dive might be possible. I would definitely want to up on herbs first and use herbs on the first floor getting through barriers.
Agreed for that, absolutely. Maybe get lucky with a bonus heal or two on the extra MP. But his agility already at 82 and potentially going to take another bump here on the next level. So this should be interesting. I'm excited to see this level here in a moment. And this Red Dragon will just be a little bit shy.
The Golem, meanwhile, for Sassage, should get him to 15.
Still an exciting race here. He does get his hurt more over there on Sassage's side. Yes, decisions here at this point can be very critical, because all it takes is one bad decision and a failed dive, especially one deep, even this close to Tantagel, to put Sassage right back into this. So we'll find out momentarily once the Stone Man goes down what the level is and what the decision is.
Even a trip to the judges' table right now may make the difference.
So he's going to pick up 7 power, 2 agility, 14 hit points, and 11 magic points, putting him squarely at 13 heal mores, 129, making him Death Necklace eligible if he wants, but he's already at 126 attack power. So with that Death Necklace and an exact 97 on the HP, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, which makes Death Necklace perfectly viable for Sassage if you wanted to.
And did he already just put the Death Necklace on? Because he only healed up to 96 there, but it might have just been a bad heal more.
He did put it on. Wow.
That's very surprising. I think most racers would agree that you would want that extra HP as you dive Charlock, especially if you don't. Well, I guess he's planning on cutting through things as he's diving here, because, well, I'm not quite sure, honestly. We'll have to remember to ask him.
But he put it on, and I mean, you have to death warp out of here pretty much. They're going to kick you out of the castle, and the nearest town is decent Wacko. Oh no, Cantlin is just outside, right? So you can easily heal. Okay,
Yeah, Cantlin just northeast. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a bit more sense now. Just might want to keep an herb just in case, because you don't have Erdrick's armor, so you will get damaged by swamp.
Well, this decision could be interesting, because he is absolutely choosing to continue to grind as he's diving. And that could potentially open the door, especially if he runs out of that MP early and has to start this dive all over again. So 136 attack power is going to give him 9 to 18, with an average of about 12 attacks, give or take, depending on his luck. And with 13 heal mores, that should be an 84 agility. That should be pretty much a lock, but must not feel comfortable.
Oh, did Sassage get his armor?
Yeah,
I may have
and
missed
that's
that.
what I was just getting ready to say that. My key fell off my keyboard. Sassage did take the option to take the look in. He is able to get that armor, so he is now ready to complete getting level 16 and completing his dive.
So Jack about 1,500 away from level 17.
And I was curious what Sassage was going to do. Looks like he is going to head back to Tantagel, dump downstairs. He's got that hurt more now. This next level is going to come real fast. And he'll get the good news that level 16 will definitely be go for him as well. Death Necklace eligible if needed. And we'll see what happens. This is going to be really close. Really close at this point.
So Judge's Table may actually have made the difference, although it was the opposite way of what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't anticipate this either, or the amount of times that Jack has come back out of Sharlock without the armor.
Chances of Jack going to Judges first? It's honestly hard to say. I mean, the better chance is on the bottom floor, but everyone knows that you kind of need to take the play in the Judges Table because if the other player didn't, it may make the difference.
Yeah, this play is going to definitely weigh heavily on what potential results we have unless we get one of these fighters get a really bad DL2 fight.
Jack is also much closer to level 17, which will be his go level. Sassage will probably go on level 16 because he'll be able to use the Death Necklace, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to take him a couple minutes here for sure to grind through these 130 XP per Axe Knight in the basement here, but lots of resources. So buckle in, folks. This has got a lot of potential to be a really tight race. We're gonna see what happens here momentarily. This Red Dragon going to inch him another 255 closer here as soon as he's able to take it out, but he's, again, eating through those resources. Is he going to try and get this level and make it to the armor? Will he fall short of getting to the armor but still get the level, or have to opt out, especially after that's his third heal more in this fight? And with that dodgy Red Dragon, that's a fourth heal more he has had to use on this one Red Dragon, and it is going to give him 255 and get him a little bit closer. But that was a major impact to his resources there.
Yeah, Death Necklace could be great for that extra attack, but doing it before Erdrick's armor is a bit iffy. Especially not having magic armor to give you a little bit of extra health when walking.
And my goodness, the amount of dodges these Red Dragons are doing to him is absurd. That was 2 more straight Red Dragon dodges.
Sassage now a little over 1,000 experience away from 16.
Yeah, Hurtmore making this a really fast fight, getting 60 to 70% of those Axe Knights on one little flick of the Hurtmore. Yeah, at the rate this is going, I think Sassage is going to have the level and be ready to dive for his win if he does decide to go on 16, which I would assume he would. Before we might even see the level over on Jack's side, and definitely before the armor.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving the advantage to Sassage right now, but it's still not guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm very curious about this level 17 pickup here. He must definitely not feel comfortable with the stats being the way they are. Maybe he's afraid of the max roll that he could get hit here with a 50 at 78 defense.
Yeah, 50 at 78 and only having 97 HP, which is one under where you really want it for a 48 max. So that's possible. I do like the play for putting the Death Necklace on. I think it's very much a gamble, but it's a decent one.
Yeah, it's definitely something you won't see very, very often. You might see it getting discussed. Oh, and he is going to bypass when the judge is heading downstairs first, so that's going to further delay his finding of the armor. But yeah, you see a lot of people talk about that option in chat in a lot of various seeds, but very rarely do you see a runner actually do it.
Now, of course, Jack going for the bottom floor here. There are actually 6 chests down there versus the 1 in the judge's table, so I mean, this is the better play, really, but it just turns out to be not the right one.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Unless I had some pre-knowledge of what's in Zone 3 down here, maybe some red dragons and not good agility, and Zone 2's treating me well, I think that might be the only time I would ever head to judges first, barring we need multiple items. If there's multiple items, I'm almost always going to go there. But one like this, definitely the right call to go downstairs. Just a shame that it's not the right one for him.
Sassage has run out of MP and is 1 experience short of level 16. He's choosing to fight an Armored Knight and see what happens. If he doesn't manage to kill it, which he has, because he could just go outside and find a slime.
All right, that's awesome. And he does pick up 7 power, 2 agility, 15 hit points, 11 magic points. Gets the rest of his spells there. Going to really look over these stats here. Sees that 126 attack power, but knows he does have the Death Necklace as well. And we'll see if he does make that decision to make this dive.
Our third Curse Belt was found in the treasury, and Jackimus is now heading back for a judge's table.
Yep, down to 5 MP. This is gonna be a run from everything, kind of walk back upstairs. But again, we're within half a dive away from each other at this point. Once he gets this armor, he's very close to that level 17 that he's wanting. So this could still be anybody's race at this point.
Yeah, one bad move or one bad run fail in Sherlock may make a difference here again.
Yeah, we know there's red dragons afoot down here for sure, and only 78 agility over on Sassage's side due to the difference in builds between them. All right, and Sassage is beginning his dive. We'll see what kind of luck he runs into as he goes along the way. And very first enemy decides to back attacking and run blocking. So we'll see how this goes. This should be really, really exciting, folks.
And Jack has taken his armor.
Gets that armor. The bad thing here is he doesn't have enough MP to get outside, so he's going to have to rely on something killing him here to get out or walk all the way back out. Well, that's the enemy that can do it if he doesn't manage to kill it first. And Sassage does make it to the first basement. Hits that Radiant and continues his dive.
Honestly, I would fight here. I mean, I know you pretty much have no choice, but I'd fight for the win because it's only one more red dragon to level now.
Yeah, right there, got it with just 10 left. And let this one go ahead and kill you unless the X won't move it. Gonna have to go top off in Cantlin real fast, so a little bit of delay getting back into Sherlock here, but we've got Sassage moving into the diamond room here as he moves into zone 2. Not having too much trouble yet with the enemies and getting away from even those red dragons.
Jack had the right idea to use the herb before he went through the swamp, not realizing though he had Erdrick's armor and that wouldn't be needed anymore.
I've done that once or twice in my life, I feel. But yeah, very smart heads-up play, even though armor's going to protect you. But He's going to top off those herbs. He's got the top off of his MP and HP, and he is on his way. Going to be about 4 floors behind as Sassage finishes up or is heading through the last level of Zone 2, getting ready to get to the U floor. Ooh, he failed run to that red dragon twice in a row and has gone ahead and decided to attack it and is going to blow a Healmore here. We'll see what level 17 brings him. Maybe that Healmore won't come into play and he'll be able to continue the grind, or the dive. And Sassage is making very quick work of this Charlotte. Getting through the red dragons with no issue, is halfway around the bottom floor. And here in a minute or so, we should be able to see what's on our spike tile protecting the Dragon Lord.
So Jack did get 2 HP there, which puts him over the 97 threshold, which is great. But still not really good. Does have 85 defense now, though.
Yeah, got 2 extra attack power as well, which ups his top to 19 versus 18. Not a real critical item at this point. So yeah, not the level he definitely wanted to see after spending that extra time and honestly lead at this point on getting that level 17.
He was able to run from the reds. I mean, he still has a chance. Very slim chance now with Sassage down on the bottom floor, basically in front of the Dragon Lord. But there is still a chance.
Yeah, you can never rule out RNG or bad luck, double back attacks and the such, right? So, but it does look like Sassage is going to be able to get in there with all 13 of his Healmores, barring some catastrophe between this Golem and the Dragon Lord, and we'll have a little bit of extra to be able to heal himself, and has another very sleepy Golem.
Definitely want to keep using the Fairy Flute here, keep him asleep as long as possible. Save yourself a heal more.
As the stat tracker shows there, Golems, as well as most of these enemies, honestly, are just straightforward fight, no special abilities, very minimal across the seed. Jack, meanwhile, is continuing his dive down that one Healmore, is most of the way through Zone 2 at this point, trying to get through that last floor. We got the Death Necklace equipped over on SassageLink's side, so that'll get him up to that 136. We'll move him down to 105 HP, so he will still have a decent high max there of 105, and we'll see how this fight goes. He's going to go ahead and get that Dragon Lord finished off with 54 HP left, so hoping for no back attack. But does get back attack, so he will need to blow his first Healmore right out of the gate. Shouldn't put him in too much danger as long as he can at least keep at average rolls here. But we'll go ahead and start counting him down. So his first attack will be for a 13. And second attack coming in for 12 for 25, as Jackimus does hit the bottom level of Charlock, so he is in play in case something does go wrong here. We'll find out. Another 14 will give him 39. So up to 39 damage, still 9 Healmores after that one left remaining, so we'll find out what happens. 51 after that 12. Up to 64. Plugging along here. $76 after that 12. Been hanging right around that average right now. He would like to see a little bit higher though now that he's getting towards the tail end of his Healmores here. 16 will definitely get him a little bit higher than average and put him up to 92.
Jack almost falling to a Golem, but manages to survive.
Then he happens to swing a min roll of 9 to 101. Comes back with an 18 though, puts him at 119 with 4 heal mores to go. Will get him to 130, 3 heal mores to go. As long as we're at average, he's going to cover the range. 144.
Barring a miss menu now, it's pretty much guaranteed.
Absolutely. 154, not quite enough here. He will go ahead and heal more just because he can min roll and not complete the full 165. This next swing will be 15, and that'll do it, folks. So get them GGs out for SassageLink. He is moving on to 3-0 and is going to take this in just over 2 hours. We'll get an official racetime.gg time here in a moment.
And Jack, not far behind at all, currently starting his DL1 fight.
So Jack getting into this DL2 fight, down that 1 heal more, but was able to maintain all the way through. And we'll see if he's able to get through. Should be a pretty straightforward fight for him as well, barring some bad rolls or a miss menu as well. So I haven't been keeping count, but he has had a few low rolls in here. Still plenty of swings left to go, though, so we will find out. Chat making a note that going judges first made all the differences. It is very, very close. There were a few different decisions made towards the tail end of the race that could have swung it either way. And fortunately for SassageLink, it rolled his way. And unfortunately for Jack, that level 17 didn't quite come with that extra that he was probably looking for, and definitely cost him enough time to allow Sassage to get back into it.
Jack's break may well have cost him as well.
Yeah, let's not forget that. I don't think he was quite gone just long enough in between, but that coupled with a couple other things, absolutely. It can be tough sometimes. You get in that moment and you know, nature calls.
Getting down to the last couple of heal mores now. Pretty soon you'll be seeing the finish. And there it is.
Gets him with 1 extra swing left remaining. So get your GGs out for Jackimus. Very hard fought race, very close race. Going to finish just a little over 2.5 minutes from SassageLink here. So, and in a 2-hour seed, that is crazy. And with that, Dean, I do believe we have been joined by SassageLink. GG, SassageLink. How do you feel?
Thank you. Wow, that was a seed.
Yeah, early on, you guys were very locked by a lot of bad enemies. How did you feel about that start and trying to get out there exploring while trying to grind?
A lot of it, I felt like I made a mistake not trying to find a town and getting those keys right off the bat, but just ended up grinding until I felt safe going somewhere, and unfortunately, that was an hour in. I think like level 12.
Yeah, it was very tough. There was a lot of Sharlock tier enemies in multiple zones on both the first continent and the second continent that were sending both you and Jack back. Both. You had 19 deaths. Looks like Jackimus did finish with 31 deaths. He was definitely pushing some exploration. But you guys were really, really right together, almost hand in hand throughout 3/4 of the race. And then at the tail end, Jack started to take a little bit of an XP lead along with a bit of an exploration advantage, but some maybe questionable decisions towards the tail end may have opened the race back up for you to get back in, and ultimately you were able to take advantage and win. What are your thoughts on this seed other than that?
Well, it's good to know that I wasn't the one making all the mistakes on there. I felt like everywhere I turned, it was, I shouldn't have done that, but it gets a little frustrating after a while on a big slog seed like that, and I'm just happy to be able to be 3-0 right now. I would have never thought that.
No, be proud, man. That's fantastic. You've raced very well through your first 3 races also, so you don't get the 3-0 on accident, that's for sure.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of luck too.
Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. So, yeah, you settled into that wolf zone just north of Charlock there, right next to all of the death, and did manage to plug away at several levels there. How do you feel exploration went once you were able to get out on and actually survive out on the overworld?
It was definitely a big relief to be able to get out a little bit. I felt like I was just going to be in that wolf zone forever. Then getting out, it was still a lot of dying, so little aggravating, but at the same time, I was able to chip away at it.
Well, again, it was fantastic watching.
And final check.
With that, Dean, it looks like we have been joined by Jackimus as well. GG, Jackimus, how are you feeling after this race? And it does look like you are muted in Discord, just as a heads up.
Man, why does everyone enable push to talk? That's so obnoxious. But here we go. I can speak now. Yay!
Well, GG again. How did you feel about that race? Real tough start. Hard to get out there. What were your thoughts?
I lost because I have a smaller bladder than SassageLink.
We did have several chat comments factoring that in. There was a couple questionable items here though. Mainly, you guys did have different builds. Sassage did go with the strength HP. You went with strength agility. So that level 16 with Death Necklace put you right at 97, and at that point you opted to continue to grind. What were your thoughts? Did you not feel confident with that level, or did you want to have that insurance at level 17?
With the resources available, I was going to have to slug my way through the red dragons on the way down to get the armor. So I'm like, hey, 10 extra attack power? That'll turn them into a 3-shot instead of a 4-shot on average. And then L decided to miss every enemy in the world.
Yeah, we definitely noted that there was multiple battles in a row with multiple swings and misses, which was well lower than normal. So
I had 4 in a row on an enemy that is not known for evasion early on in the race too.
Yeah, sometimes it comes down to luck, and
Oh yeah, absolutely. I always say it's a gambler's rando. You're not allowed to win the game until the game lets you win. I mean, I'm sorry I went and took a pee break in the middle of it. If I didn't, it would have been a much closer race. I mean, I said when I came in, I lost because I had the smaller bladder. I don't know how long my pee break was, but I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see if we can get Angel or High Spirits to retime this with a pee break in there to give you an unofficial time. But
I don't care. It doesn't
I know.
I'm in this for fun. Win, lose, I'm having a good time. That's all that matters. If I was serious about
Absolutely.
it, I would clench my legs for hours and hours. So, it doesn't matter to me. That mattered to me that much. I mean, like in the last tournament that I was in, not for Dragon Warrior, mind you, but for FF6 Rando, it's like, hey, I'm just gonna have fun and not take this seriously. And then I got into the final 4, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should take this seriously, and I ended up winning. So I'm just saying, compared to the last few years where we've had this Swiss to bracket format, where I go undefeated in the Swiss and get upset by the lowest seed in the bracket every time, things are gonna be a little different this year. Just saying.
I like it. I like the confidence. I like calling out the shots as well. I will let you know the only other difference in strategies, because you guys were extremely close for about 3/4 of the race, and then you did start to get around a 1,000, 1,500 experience lead towards the tail end, was ultimately, one, your decision to continually grind in Sharlock towards that level 17, not quite getting to the armor right away. And two, Sassage did decide to go ahead and check the judges table first, opting to not head down to the treasury, and ultimately got the armor fairly quick and was able to grind out that last level on Axe Knights instead and dove at 16.
That's a gambler's decision. I approve. I mean, if it pays off, you save a minute over checking the treasury first. So, good on Sausage making the gamble. It paid off. Right.
I only did it because I only had one torch. Normally I go for the numbers, but one torch, no radiant. I decided, well, better hit the judges table first.
Understandable. I mean, and you know what? If you get to that fourth floor and you're running low on resources, you're better off going for that one chest than trying to push an extra, 20 or 30 paces to get to the treasure room at the bottom.
Yeah, it was a good play, and it absolutely paid off for you, Sassage. So, Cyberdark, do you have any questions for our runners?
No, I think it was a pretty good race overall. Jack, you also had the sword fairly early, which let you get a good experience lead. But then that little break and not going judges table, I think, is what caught Sassage back up.
Maybe. The sword's a tough one to call. I found it. I didn't feel like I was way ahead or way behind at that point, just because, I mean, you saw how kind of bad the overworld was, and, I mean, with 85 North, and you start at the very bottom of the map, it's going to be on the other continent, so you needed to beat, what was it? I think it was an Axe Knight or something in the way. I mean, it wasn't particularly threatening, but you still needed the hit points to survive 2 strikes so that you could alternate healing and attacking to beat the thing down.
Oh, for sure, but it did let you get an experience lead. You were up by, like I said, around 1,500, maybe 2,000 for a good while, close to the end of the game.
Well, some of that experience didn't matter because a lot of it was me basically deciding I'd rather slug my way through red dragons than die 5 or 6 times trying to get to the bottom and get the armor, is basically what my idea was there when I put the death necklace on. And in hindsight, I should have waited till I was over the damage tiles to put the death necklace on. So that was a bit of a mistake there, but I think the 100-ish HP wouldn't have made that big of a deal in the long run, assuming I get the same 4 miss in a row red dragon fight that I had on that dive attempt. So yeah.
Yeah, at first we were a little bit confused with the death necklace, but then we realized, Cantlin's right out there, so no problem to heal. Because at the time you didn't have Erdrick's armor, which meant you had to have an herb or some MP in.
Yeah, and as you saw a couple times, the idea was to just make sure I have 1 herb so I can heal up, walk through the swamp, and top off there. Anytime it's armor in Sharlock, unless you have high agility, which this seed never quite reached, you're going to have to slug your way through some enemies. So that was the idea behind the death necklace, was to shorten those fights and conserve resources. But sometimes things work, sometimes they don't.
No, it was definitely a bold play, and we applaud you for it, though.
I don't know. I think most people would boo me for that. Then again, most people just boo me in general. I'm a living meme now. Woohoo!
Very nice. No, it was absolutely a gamble you took. You owned it the entire way, though, which is what I absolutely approve of. If you're going to do something, do it. The worst is trying to do something, realizing it might not be working, and trying to do the opposite. I think that would just further set you back.
Yeah, this is the kind of randomizer that doesn't really reward wishy-washy play. You decide you're going to do something and you're going to do it. I picked the strength agility build, which I know isn't very popular. But the idea behind that is those very slight boosts to escape rate allow me to explore a bit more of the game early on. It's diminishing returns. Defense becomes less important late game, but early on, it is the dominant stat. You can fight stronger enemies. You can run away from more stuff. Maybe you run into a situation where you fight Dragon Lord 2 with 94, 95 HP or something like that because your opponent's playing strength HP, but those are the risks you take when you go for strength agility. You take short-term gain for long-term, hopefully not bad things.
I think for the most part, it worked out fairly well. It was definitely nice to have some extra agility with all those nasty enemies on the overworld and such. And the levels kind of leveled out accordingly for both of you, where even the little stat gains either of you have wasn't necessarily detrimental to the other. So this wasn't a good example of one being particularly better than the other, in my opinion.
No, I think both builds basically played even.
All right, so it looks like we will be going to Randomania Prime here shortly. So let me ask, SassageLink, any final thoughts on this race at all?
Yeah, Sassage, say something. I've been, talking everyone's ear off here. I didn't let you get a word in. I want to hear how things went for you, buddy.
It's all right. I'd rather other people talk, but just GG's Jack. That was a seed. Definitely not one I want to play again, but happy to be 3-0, actually making brackets. I think this will be my first bracket stage for any of the tournaments I've been in, so
Oh, well,
happy about that.
congratulations. And for as much as you
Thank you.
didn't like this seed, be thankful you didn't play the one that I did last week, because that was even worse.
Yep, I got to do the commentary for that one.
I'm sure you remember then.
Yeah, it'll be a hard one to forget, but yeah, GG's Jackimus. Look forward to seeing what else you can do here in the tournament, and want to say thank you to everybody putting this stream on. Cyberdark, DK, Lord of the Synth, everybody that was in here. We couldn't do this and have hundreds of people watching without you, so it's much appreciated, all the work.
Well, thank
Let's
you
go
very-
Bruins!
Thank you very much for that, SassageLink. And Jackimus, any final words on your side? Besides, let's go Bruins. Sounds good. Cyberdark, anything further for the either of the racers?
GG to both of you. Looking forward to the matchups for next week.
Absolutely. We'll reiterate that as well. GG to both of you. It was a fantastic race to watch and commentate. Very good luck to both of you as we move through the Swiss rounds and hopefully into the brackets for both of you. So at this moment, we will be setting up a raid to get over the Randomizer Prime, where we have a battle of 1-1 matchup for Arn Polly, who played very, very nice last week, and Stags28, who has been relatively new as well, but has been in several races and coming on strong. So we'll be joining that, started at 10:30, so an hour in. So, at this point, for our restreamer, Lord of the Synth, our tracker, and my broadcasting partner, CyberDark86, I'm DK9146 saying good night, y'all. Have a good night.
Good night.